Welcome to Xtra presented by VDG Sports. I am your host, Vince Douglas Gregory. No filter, very censored. I somewhat know where I want to go. I somewhat do, but not really. Not really. I just do know that my skill set from leveling up is still coming in handy. It is still into play. It's still there. It is still there, and it wasn't like I decided to test myself to make sure that I'm still on point, test myself to make sure that everything is going smoothly when it comes to the personal growth. But every so often, on occasion, every blood wolf moon, the universe tests me. The universe say, hey, pop quiz, and this is fill in the blank pop quiz, not the multiple choice pop quiz or the true or false pop quiz. Because with multiple choice, you have a percentage where you can't get the answer right without knowing, for the most part. True or false, you can get the right answer. It's a 50-50 chance. Fill in the blank, you gotta at least have an idea of what you're talking about. At least an idea of what's going on. At least an idea of the process. Because if you don't, it don't matter. You can put any kind of word. You can put any kind of word in the blank, and it's not going to matter because you're off. It is the wrong choice. It will be the wrong choice. The universe was testing me, or the universe tested me to see if my personal growth is true. My personal growth is real. It's something that I built up. It's something that is strong, and it's something that I can rely on when I'm prepared or when I'm unprepared for when life throws you a curveball and you're sitting on a 3-0 fastball. But it never came. It never came. The curve came. Now I'm all out in front and not making a connection. All out in front and not making a connection. Regs, you know how it be. You know how it be. Noobs that's still here, don't worry. We are at the moment. You're gonna know. You're gonna know. Just hold on less than a second more. Okay, we're there. We're here. The thing is, I am speaking of dealing with customer service, even though this occasion isn't calling for a customer service representative. Although I should be, I definitely should be, because I have been wronged in a sense, and I have not been made whole. I have been wronged and I have not been made whole, but I ain't tripping. I ain't tripping. In fact, I am relaxed. I'm calm. I'm cool. And I'm definitely collected. I am. You can tell by the energy that I'm just putting out there for the universe to let the universe know I'm still here. I'm still standing. You gave me one of your best shots. How about another? How about another? And see, I mentioned this earlier on, how I started back reading more and more magazines. I'm still reading my books. I'm still going through my books. Some have been hits, some have been misses, but I'm still doing it. In fact, I'm in the process of starting a new book, and I still read articles. I still read studies. I do a lot of reading. I take a lot of input in throughout the day. It's just who I am. It's just the way I move. It's me. No judge zone. But judge if you like. I don't give AF. I don't really. So I input a lot of stuff. And I mentioned before that I wanted to step my magazine game up. So I stepped my magazine game up. Therefore, I subscribe to a bunch of different magazines that I found interesting, that I find interesting. So I'm reading those. I'm going through those in addition to all of the other things that I read and all the other inputs that I take in. Well, I opted for the actual have the magazines delivered. Yeah, delivered. Because I want to be able to touch it. I want to be able to feel it. I want to be able to utilize them senses that I don't use no more to consume this magazine. Or to consume these magazines. So I can just add more to the fray. Just add more to what I'm already doing. It's a different perspective. It's just a different way of doing the same thing. I read some of my articles on my phone, my tablet, the paper. I read some of my magazines, phone, tablet, paper, and the other means as well. Well, I was expecting my magazine to come because they come like clockwork, almost the same day of the week, give or take. And it was that time for me to get my trusty magazine. I didn't think anything of it. I wasn't too concerned. So I didn't even go the day that it was supposed to arrive. I waited for the next day. So I go down. I'm at the mailbox. I'm digging out or attempting to dig out and get my magazine. And there's this cover of my magazine. And it's in the plastic wrapping. I'm like, oh, special edition. All right, cool. I can do this. I can rock with this. It is what it is. It's Manny being Manny. Then I look a little closer. And I was like, wait a minute. Why is this super, yes, duper light? It was super duper light. Like it was just 2 pages in a plastic bag. 2 pages in a plastic bag. Basically the cover of the magazine with the insides gone. So basically the front and the back in a plastic bag. So I'm looking, I'm like, oh, okay. This definitely is not a joke. It ain't that time of year. What's going on here? Then I look at the bag. Then I see in these big letters, we care. And then the we care, and then it got the dear, blah, 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 blah. And basically, long story short, it was a deep, deep, deep apology saying that, hey, this don't happen a lot, but it happened this occasion. We messed up. We damaged your item, but it's cool. It's all right. We won't do this again. We won't make this mistake again, but we messed up. Can you just not hold this against us? We messed up. It is what it is. Ain't nothing else can happen, take place. It's just a mess up. It's a big mess up. I was like, okay. My initial self was like, we gotta go. We got to go. And we gotta go doesn't mean that I gotta leave the mailbox and go back to the crib, or leave the crib and go out and about, or leave being out and about to go somewhere else. This was, I'm ready to go. That was my first thought. I'm ready to go. But I wasn't in go mode. I was not in go mode, and I don't stay ready like that. I don't stay ready like that. I wasn't in go mode, but I was ready to go. My initial feeling was ready to go. Then, as I was taking steps back to the crib, I was just overwhelmed with this feeling that, meh, whatever. It is what it is. Yeah, mistakes happen. I really, really wanted this magazine, the physical form of the magazine, because I can always go and read the entire thing digital. Maybe that contributed to me, contribute to my meh. Who knows? Who knows? But as I took more and more steps and I got closer and closer to the crib, I thought more and more about the situation, and I became more and more relaxed, more and more understanding, more and more patience. And by the time I got to the door and let myself in and was back inside the crib, I was all right. I wasn't ready to go. I wasn't bombing first. I was not calling the customer service representative to the magazine spot to try to get another one. I didn't call the mail people to let them know about their kerfuffle, because apparently they already knew. I got an apology without asking for an apology. I got some special plastic without asking for the special plastic. I got a sticker on the special plastic without asking for a sticker. It's like, what else could I possibly ask for dealing with the customer service representative? The other person on their line would be nothing but the messenger in all of this. Nothing but the messenger, able to communicate what I already know. But, how would they make me whole? How would they make me whole? That was definitely, that thought was definitely there, lingering. While at the same time, that's when the digital part came to my mind. Sure, that single magazine costs X amount of dollars or X amount of fill in your currency. But is that X amount worth the time spent, worth the time worrying worth the time, the energy, and everything that I can put into trying to figure out what happened when I already know what happened? Because at that point, I'm thinking about what would be the end game. What would be the end game? Getting a replacement? But is that replacement really worth it to go through that? That's a serious question. And I'm definitely not asking, or I definitely was not asking for a friend either, or either, depending on who you are. I was more or less coming from the place. I've been told a mistake happened. I was asked for forgiveness. They did everything in their power to basically make me whole. Did everything in their power to give me the information that I need, other than telling me what actually happened or what actually took place, whether or not it was lost, destroyed, or whatever. That part really isn't worth the other things that could possibly occur, unless I just needed to really determine and really try to see if I have grown personally in talking to a customer service representative and seeing where the situation takes us. I didn't need to do that. The other stuff was just enough. That's enough personal growth for me. Cause a couple ages ago, a couple years ago, I would have probably not necessarily went cray over that, but I definitely would have not necessarily done some screaming. But I would have been a little bit angry, a little bit rattled, definitely shocked, and wanting to know how and why could they let such an incident happen, such an incident occur, when all they got is one job. And it wasn't done. But that never came across. That never came up. Personal growth is real. Personal growth is real. Thank you for listening. Be sure to check out the website, xtra.vdgsports.com. That is xtra.vdgsports.com. This episode is not being sponsored by VinceDouglasGregory.com. VinceDouglasGregory.com is where you can keep up with me, my whereabouts, my well-being, and everything in between. All things Vince. There's a YouTube as well. VDG Sports. Like, subscribe, share. Do whatever it is you do there. Comment if you must. Comment if you may. Do it. Thank you for listening. You know what time it is. It's that peace out time. So I'm going to go out and say peace out. And it's over.